Hi guys, welcome back to my channel at the DGR Happy Place. This is the fourth part of the flight series that I have started speaking about. Basically my channel is regarding vlogs, everyday life, reviews. I haven't given out any reviews as of now, but probably I'll try to be a little more regular. Yeah, bogged down with the homely responsibilities and the responsibilities of being a mother to two toddlers. If you are trying to move out of the country, if you are trying to travel to Canada, this is going to be Canada specific because I am trying to travel to Canada. I am looking at various avenues. I'm still in India though. Today I would be discussing about how to travel with a child or infant during this pandemic. How to travel alone. If you're traveling alone, I would be traveling alone. My family would not be able to travel with me because they do not meet the visa requirements. So be very sure that you have the right documentation, the right visa, so that at the time of boarding the flight you are not denied. I'll give a instance of a visitor visa holder who was denied to go, who was not able to go despite having all the documentation, speaking with person in embassy and all, but that would come in a later episode. Today I would discuss about how you can travel with a kid and infant during this pandemic. If you're traveling alone, please keep these points in mind. If you're traveling alone with kids, that I mean. This is a real life experience of a female who traveled from South India, and she traveled from Delhi to Toronto. So she traveled with a 9-month-old baby. I personally would be traveling with my 3.5-year-old and my almost 2-year-old babies. So first and foremost, book a porter online. This is very important. You will not be in a position to carry all those luggages on your own in a trolley because you would be having kids. If you have a stroller, you won't be able to push the stroller and the trolley simultaneously, so you would need a porter. So please book a porter online. Please, I have not researched as to how you can do it, but as soon as I research, if there is a number or if there is a website where you can go and book a porter online, I will put it in my description box for this video. Please book a porter online, because if you go to the airport and then you try booking a porter or asking for a porter, then they would charge an extra tip. Also, they would not be there with you for the entire leg of you being there, then going to the immigration, your boarding and everything. So if you want your porter to stay with your luggage and everything, please book it online to avoid any kind of rude surprises once you reach the airport. I would be doing that, and as I said, I would be sharing the number or the link or the website address, whatever is there, whatever source is there for you to go and book it online. Now also remember this: if you go to the airport and then ask for a porter, he would charge a large additional amount apart from the apart from the stipulated money that has to be given to the porter. So that is basically a tip which he would ask if you go to the airport and then you try to get a porter. Now with infants, there is a passenger line with infants. So there is a separate line with infants, with passengers for infants. There is a separate line for passengers who are traveling with infants or babies. So you please go and you stand in that line instead of the long line for the regular passengers. Go to the infant line as soon as you enter the airport. Reiterating, go to the infant line as soon as you enter the airport. I am making this video so that once my turn comes to go back to Canada, once my tickets are booked, I will refer to this video and I will also take pointers and follow these so that I do not have to face any kind of disappointment when I go to the airport with my 2 kids. Now food, they allow food. This person, she carried Milkmaid as an alternate to milk. So keep this in mind. She makes the Milkmaid with hot water. All this is allowed. You can carry as much food as you want. I would be carrying food too for my kids. My friend also traveled recently with her two daughters, two small daughters. So she packed noodles, aloo paratha, then all type of dry food items like chips, then snacks like marble cake and everything. It's better to travel with food because food options would be very limited. Do not expect pantry service in the aircraft like before. Now immigration takes a while, but after that there is a drop-off service which you may use to reach the gate. So you can avail the drop-off service to reach the gate. At Dubai airport we had a drop-off service to reach the gates, and we availed that. I never knew that Delhi airport has it, but it's a good information to know that there is a drop-off service and you can avail it and go to the boarding gate. Now in flight, absolutely no infant assistance is given by the air hostesses in flight. So what I was saying is absolutely no in-flight assistance will be given by any of the air hostesses or the cabin crew or anybody or any of the staff, I'm saying, inside the aircraft. So you are on your own. Voila, you are on your own. But there can be good-hearted passengers who might be able to hold your kids when you go for a loo break. My friend did that. A co-passenger helped her. So yeah. Carry a lot of disinfectant wipes. I would be showing what I bought to travel. Yeah, traveling these days is an expedition, nothing less than that. It's a Herculean task to travel because my cleaning supplies for travel is like disinfectant wipes, then sanitizers, then disinfectant sprays. So all this will be a luggage, a small hand luggage. So I will tell you how much you can carry, and and all the things I will show you once I prepare my bag, my cleaning supply bags to carry when I go. So in-flight assistance is zero from the cabin crew, so do not expect anything from them. Bassinet. Now this is a good pointer. Bassinet is given for babies whose weight is less than 10 kgs. And not more than that, even if you have confirmed with the airplane. Also remember that when in the bassinet, the baby has to be sleeping completely. If he is sitting up, then they would ask you to take out the baby and hold the baby in your lap. That has happened with me when my son was a year old. We traveled to India, and he could get up and sit on his own. So such babies who can get up and sit on their own, do not put them in bassinet. It is only for infants, meaning 9 months and lesser. And that too, if your baby is over 10 kgs, they will not allow you to use the bassinet. Just keep that in mind. You have to put the baby on your lap. So these were the pointers that the female who traveled with her infant child pointed out, and these are very, very valid points. I hope this information is of good use to you. If you are traveling with an infant or a child, please keep these pointers in mind, and hope you are having a great day, and when you travel, have a safe travel. And do subscribe to my channel at DGR Happy Place for more such information. Thanks and have a great day. Bye bye.